Let's start with my plan for rescuing America. Page 1, domestic, A. Cut federal income taxes by 2% per year over 4 years for a minimum total of 8% over 4 years. B. Reduce federal government departments in size by 4% each year for a total reduction of size by 16% over 4 years. C. Eliminate all public assistance for able-bodied recipients. Cut off all public assistance for immigrants for 5 years. Repatriate those who are not working after 2 years. D. Immediately impose tariffs on cars and trucks owned by foreign entities, even if they're manufactured in America. E. Cause illegal aliens to build a wall between the United States and Mexico, and then repatriate them. Pay them a one-time worker fee. F. Increase pay for active duty combat troops by 10%. Number 2. Fire any unmarried military person becoming pregnant while on active duty. Shall I continue? I will, whether you want me to or not. Here's the rest of my domestic policy for saving or rescuing America. G. Make abortions illegal except when the physical survival of the mother is threatened, to be determined by 3 medical doctors. Number 2 in that category, require a Norplant for all women on welfare of childbearing age. H. Close all houses of sex and massage. I. Expand the DEA while decriminalizing most drugs. J. Regarding the media. 1. Eliminate all foreign ownership of any American media entity. 2. Break up overly large conglomerates like News Corporation. K. Encourage childbearing among tax-paying citizens. Create a marriage incentive through lower taxes for married heterosexual couples and a government subsidy for each child conceived and carried to birth. Increase the subsidies for each year the couple remains married. L. Repatriate all illegal immigrants now incarcerated. Encourage all other illegals to self-repatriate through double taxation on wages and fines on employers. This is Michael Savage. I'll go on with my international program for rescuing America. I'm sure that most of you that's too much at once. So far, I've given you an awful lot to digest. You've gotten more than you've gotten from the 3 candidates over the last year in those 3 minutes. Now, how's that possible that I, Michael Savage, a talk show host, can give you a cogent plan? You don't have to agree with any or all of those points, but I have laid out for you as clear as a bell, a clear bell, what I would do if I were running this country. How hard is it to do if you're not a liar? How hard is it to do if you're not intending to deceive the people? How hard is it to do if you're not just a front for the party system? It's not hard at all. So I've given you a plan. This is what I think would work best for America in the interests of the majority of the people and what would meet constitutional muster. And I'm going to get to the international after the turn. You know, in essence, a good talk show like this in an election year is a shadow government. And other systems of government in the parliamentary system, which we do not have, we have a crazed system based upon the Wild West and the frontier. But in the parliamentary system, this is sort of a shadow government that we have here on talk radio. And in essence, I'm a minister without portfolio is what you might, I mean, putting it in a rough context, that's what talk radio has become. All of us in talk radio who know what we're talking about, whether you agree with us or not, if we're laying out ideas, we are ministers without portfolio. We have no power at all, but we have a platform. We cannot enact legislation, but we can hector those who can, and we can stimulate the people to act. So as a minister without portfolio, I am laying out my ideas for America, and I'd like to hear what you have to say about it. How can you take this anymore from these frauds? If we were living in the same country, we'd be throwing pies on the stage. We'd say boo every time they appeared. No more garbage. No more garbage. No more garbage. These are all staged events like out of the ex-Soviet Union. Every one of these events is a staged event. You're watching a fraud. Savage. So let me now please indulge myself by playing for you the last 90 seconds of how I would act internationally. This, again, these are my suggestions as a minister without portfolio on the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please. So I'll go on with my international plan for rescuing this great nation. International, A, Iraq. It'll be Iraq, Iran, North Korea, Israel, China, the United Nations. Here it comes, A, Iraq. 1. Send in Iraqi troops to mop up pockets of resistance. Emphasis, Iraqi troops to mop up pockets of resistance. 2. Divide Iraq into 3 to 4 sectors: Sunni, Shiite, Kurd, and international. Next, remove all U.S. troops after above achieved. B, Iran. 1. Sanctions, embargoes, and mine their harbors. Nothing goes in, nothing comes out. C, North Korea. Destroy their launching platforms. Impose a naval blockade on all goods coming in or out except food. D, Israel, Arab entities. Give Israel 4 years to become self-sufficient. Cut off all foreign aid to all nations. E, China. 20% tariffs on all China-made goods immediately, rising by 5% each year for each year China refuses to revalue the currency. F, United Nations. Withdraw immediately. Remove all diplomats and staff. Convert the United Nations building into housing for the working poor. G, Mexico. Force Mexico to pay 1 barrel of oil for every illegal alien in the United States of America per month. I'm Michael Savage. I approve of this message. Okay, there it is. You may agree with all of it, some of it, or none of it, but at least you have a plan. So why can't the candidates come up with a plan for each of these issues instead of the malarkey that we're hearing? Change? Obama will give us change. What does that mean? Nothing. It means anything you think it should be. He's feeding you rubbish. Now, how an intelligent person can buy rubbish, I don't understand it. The people in this country are fundamentally not stupid, or we wouldn't have a great nation. Yeah, a lot of people are lazy and bums, but they're not the majority. The majority of people on Main Street are hardworking people, and they want the best for themselves and their family, and they know they got to just get through this mess somehow without hurting themselves or somebody else. They understand all of that. But they need a government that understands them. You think this government understands you? We know it doesn't. We know it's disconnected from reality. We understand that it's running a campaign that's 150 years out of touch with reality. They're running a 19th century buggy whip campaign in the 21st century.